It is time.
After 30 years of combat, NetherRealm Studios' gruesome franchise Mortal Kombat is resetting things from the beginning with Mortal Kombat 1, a series reboot that promises a fresh start for a famous and old franchise. In this review, we will see if NetherRealm Studios' latest entry is a flawless victory or a fatality.
As sworn enemies.
Following NetherRealm Studios' successful Mortal Kombat 11, fans were expecting the next chapter for quite some time, and with the announcement of the new game being a reboot, many did not know what to expect. Now that the game is available, we can see how much of a reboot this new title really is. Ever since NetherRealm Studios started showing the game, and with the couple betas that we had access to, it was easy to admire the realism and advancements in graphics within the game, whether it's the characters themselves, the realistic facial movements and martial arts moves, or the beautiful, detailed, and very colorful stages. Mortal Kombat 1 is without a doubt NetherRealm Studios' most beautiful looking game. The game offers a total of 23 characters, including a pre-order bonus, Shang Tsung. The cast this time around is really diverse and brings back some characters from the obscure 3D era of Mortal Kombat, like Havik, Ashura, and Nitara, the latter surprisingly voiced by Megan Fox.
Is your Viternus barren too?
We did not overfeed. Together we can bleed the realms.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go in there. Other returning characters have never looked better in their reimagined forms, especially Reptile, who can now morph between his human form and reptilian Zaterran form. Much like its predecessor, Mortal Kombat 1 offers a multitude of offline and online modes. Offline offers a campaign mode, which includes story mode as well as the classic towers, which is your typical arcade mode, a versus mode which offers both local and online, a tutorial mode, and the new invasions mode. Of course, the biggest online mode of Mortal Kombat 1 is without a doubt the main campaign. Since Mortal Kombat 9, the series' first reboot, NetherRealm Studios made it a custom to include an elaborate cinematic story mode, way ahead of any of its competitors. With Mortal Kombat 1, NetherRealm Studios took a step further to give us the most expressive cinematic experience yet, thanks to the advancement in technology. Much like the previous games, the story progresses chapter by chapter, with each one allowing you to play as a specific character to advance the overall plot. Players who will set on this journey will quickly realize that Mortal Kombat 1 is still a sequel and not truly a reboot, as initially thought. The story takes place thousands of years after the ending of Mortal Kombat 11, and many of the plots that were introduced in Mortal Kombat 11 or even before make a comeback. And for those who did not play those games, will have to question what this all means. Liu Kang, who now controls Kronika's hourglass, reshaped history and became the new protector of Earthrealm. Since the marketing of the game began, we heard how this premise allowed the team to explore new origins to characters as well as explore new angles to rivalries and friendships. And this is largely true and honestly something that worked for some characters more than others. Fighters like Baraka, Kenshi, Melina, and Reptile's new stories really outshines the majority of the cast. Some characters' changes, however, were jarring and honestly felt forced, and unfortunately this was the case for the new Scorpion and Sub-Zero dynamic. These characters who have turned from sworn enemies of two warring clans to biological brothers. This change was made worse by turning Kuai Liang, the second and most famous Sub-Zero, into the new Scorpion, erasing a history of conflict between the two characters and their clans, the Shirai Ryu, not existing yet in this timeline, and the Lin Kuei. But even with this, the story itself was quite fun and at times emotional and well presented for the first two-thirds of the game. But without spoiling things, the last third of the story mode was quite a letdown that felt too rushed, a term we will use quite often in this review. Many developed plots and characters are just abandoned for the nonsensical spectacle of the last few chapters, which was quite unfortunate. One big plus for Mortal Kombat 1 in terms of story is that the character endings which you unlock playing the classic towers are actually canon to the main story and explain what happens to some of these characters after the story mode's premature climax. But Mortal Kombat is not just the story, but also the fighting aspect. and Mortal Kombat 1 brings a new element to the aging franchise. First, gone are the multiple variations from the previous games. Crushing blows from Mortal Kombat 11 are also nowhere to be seen, and the player's super meter is just a 1 meter bar instead of multiple ones. The biggest addition for the game, however, is the cameo system, which allows and assists characters that you can call mid-fight to do an attack, helping you in different situations. When the game had its beta, I was very vocal how I did not like this cameo system and it felt quite odd, but after playing the final release for Mortal Kombat 1 for the past few days, I can absolutely say that this new system is great. The cameo system allows you to extend combos that otherwise are just not possible. Some cameos offer anti-air attacks, overheads, or just projectiles, while others offer defensive capabilities, like Scorpion for example, pulling you away with his spear from your opponent to create distance between you two. The fun part is trying to use these cameos to extend combos for bigger damage. The variety is immense and really allows players to express their playstyle more. It also helps that Mortal Kombat 1 brings back air combos which have been absent from the franchise for quite some time. There is a limit on how many times you can call a cameo, as their actions are limited by a cameo bar that depletes with each use. This cameo meter replenishes itself on its own. Impressively enough, the cameos don't just have their own special moves, but also their own fatalities and brutalities. The meter system in this time around is a lot simpler than the previous one. Each player has a 1 meter bar split into 3 parts. The meter bar is used for enhanced or EX moves as well as combo breakers which require the full bar. These breakers allow you to stop an opponent mid-combo. The X-ray moves are back and now involve the cameo characters in them, making them a lot longer than I think they should be, as it can distract from the momentum of the game. Nevertheless, they are always fun to watch. Unlike Mortal Kombat 11, there are no stage interactions or weapons laying around that you can use against your opponent. Mortal Kombat 1 will not be a Mortal Kombat without the gore and gruesome finishers, and this game is no exception. Each character has 2 gory fatalities and multiple brutalities. The latter are quick finishers that are executed as the last move of a match and are my favorite type of finishers since their introduction in Mortal Kombat X. There are currently no stage fatalities, which is a shame, as I was hoping to see a new form of the pit fatality this time around. Mortal Kombat 11 was praised for its expansive gear system, which allows you to edit the look of your character to your liking, with each fighter having multiple costumes to begin with. In Mortal Kombat 1, unfortunately, things have been cut down to a minimum. Each character has fewer outfits, and each combatant has only one type of gear to customize, which feels very limited. So take Johnny Cage for example, the only thing you can customize are the glasses. It is also odd that you need to choose the character outfit and gear in the gear menu and not on the select screen, unlike previous Mortal Kombat games where you can change this outfit of your character on the select screen. In this game, you have to decide which costume you want to use in the gear menu. This really gives the impression that the game was rushed in order to meet the release date, as clearly more options will be added post-launch, or at least I hope so. These limited gears can be obtained as you play the different modes of the game, including the new Invasions mode. Unlike previous Mortal Kombat games, where you had the crypt to unlock artworks, gear and other cosmetics, Mortal Kombat 1 brings a new mode, Invasions. In this new mode, you choose a character that you walk through a map similar to a board game. With each time you move to a spot within this board, you will have to fight an opponent to unlock the next destination. Some of these fights come with modifiers, like Mortal Kombat 11 Living Towers or the excellent Mortal Kombat 9 Towers. Some battles require you to use enhancements which you can unlock or buy within the same mode. Invasions also work as an RPG. Well, as you go through more fights, you unlock new points that you can spend on your character, enhancing their speed, agility, or attack power. While Invasion is an innovative way of unlocking gears and different collectibles, it quickly starts feeling repetitive and grindy. The good thing, however, is you will only unlock gears for the character you have chosen, rather than unlocking cosmetics for a character that you do not use. Invasion comes with a seasonal theme or story. The current one deals with Hanzo Hasashi, or the original Scorpion, as he ventures from a different timeline looking for his wife Harumi, only to find her married to Kuai Liang. Defeating the final boss of each Invasion season unlocks an exclusive costume for that specific boss. Mortal Kombat 1 also has a new way for spending fighters' coins collected through the different modes. Called the Foundry, this minimalistic mode allows you to literally just burn your money for random loot and gear. Quite uninspired, to be honest. One of the great offline modes of Mortal Kombat 1 is the tutorial mode. This particular mode's main goal is to teach newcomers to the franchise and the genre everything there is about fighting mechanics. And boy, does it deliver. Players can learn everything from normal moves to advanced techniques and frame data. This mode also includes a challenge mode for each fighter. Unfortunately, and unlike Mortal Kombat 11, this mode does not offer character tutorials, which was a big plus in the previous game, which again is the theme here with Mortal Kombat 1. Everything is great but feels missing crucial or previously available elements, which again makes me feel the game was rushed. Being a modern fighter, Mortal Kombat 1 offers a number of online options. First, you have casuals for those who just want a quick unranked match, or the Combat League, which makes a return, but this time does not come with daily challenges. The King of the Hill, which is online rooms where the winner stays on, also make a comeback. Mortal Kombat 1 uses rollback netcode, and it does show. The majority of the matches I played had great connection and no noticeable lag. The game, however, does not offer crossplay, and NetherRealm Studios promised that it is working on it. Speaking of online, you are required to stay connected when playing the game in order to unlock different rewards. The issue I found is if you are playing an offline mode, like the Classic Towers for example, and somehow lose connection, the game will kick you out to the main menu and you lose all your current progress, which is quite an odd decision. Mortal Kombat 1 already has a full season of DLC characters and cameos announced, and I found it strange that two of these characters were very prominent in the story mode, Ermac and Quan Chi. You actually fight these characters quite often, which means they are already in the game, but somehow were probably cut at the last minute and made DLCs, which again tells me this release was definitely rushed. Mortal Kombat 1 is just that, a great game that feels rushed, missing important pieces that were available in the previous chapter and having questionable options and limitations and bugs, which makes me question whether it was better for the game to be released at a later date rather than in its current state. But even with all that, I'm having a lot of fun playing the game and exploring the cameo system. I only wish the story itself was concluded in a better way, and that they did not have to change things that really didn't need changing, like Scorpion and Sub-Zero's story. Mortal Kombat 1 is available on modern consoles and has a terrible Nintendo Switch port right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.